This is the CBSSports.com NASCAR report. Kyle Busch's slump is officially over. After 2 weeks finishing 15th and 36th, Busch got back to his winning ways on Sunday, scoring his 8th NASCAR Sprint Cup Series win of the year in the Centurion Boats at the Glen at Watkins Glen International Raceway. Busch outran Tony Stewart to the checkered flag to sweep both Sprint Cup road races in 2008, and with his Mexico City Nationwide Series victory, become the first driver in NASCAR history to score 3 road course wins in a single year.
I don't see myself as being any better of a driver really than Tony Stewart or Denny Hamlin. It's just we're able to put things together and we're able to do things a little bit more than they have been this year. And so you got to go out there with the confidence every week that you can outduel those guys. But it doesn't really set forth to me that that I'm necessarily the leader of Joe Gibbs Racing or following Tony or anything like that.
Stewart finished second for the second straight week and was followed across the finish line by Marcus Ambrose, who followed up his Nationwide Series win at the Glen on Saturday with a third-place finish for the Wood brothers.
I've dragged my family a long way, away from immediate friends and family down home, and it's just a lot of commitment. And when you have a weekend like this, it just validates the choices that I've made to come across here and have a go at it. It's a big, bad world out here in NASCAR world. And I'm just pleased that I'm able to have a weekend like this to remember. When it's all said and done, I'll be able to go home back to Tasmania and tell them how good I was at Watkins Glen on 1 year.
Juan Pablo Montoya and Martin Truex Jr. rounded out the top 5. A 9-car accident red flagged the race with 9 laps to go, with the cars of Bobby Labonte, David Gilliland, Joe Nemechek, and Patrick Carpentier among those involved. Labonte was taken to a local hospital for evaluation, and no injuries were reported. Busch's win also locked up the top spot in this year's chase for the Sprint Cup field, and he increased his series point lead to 242 over Carl Edwards, who moved past Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the second spot in the standings as the series heads to Michigan International Speedway next Sunday afternoon. For the CBSSports.com NASCAR report, this is Pete Pistone.